Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. We're the daily podcast that gets you started on the right foot and always with a positive vibe. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, December 11th. You'll be interested to know today is National Jon Day. Jon is the short form of the English and Hebrew named Jonathan, first introduced to the U.S. in around 1880. More than 380,000 people in the U.S. are called Jonathan. In Israel, Yoni is a common nickname for Yonatan, the Hebrew version of Jonathan. The name is most commonly associated with Jonathan from the Bible, who is a close friend to David and one of the most admired characters in the Old Testament due to his fearlessness and loyalty. Very, very interesting. 14 more days until Christmas, folks. Now let's check out the weather in the Boston area. This morning it's cloudy, rainy, and 51 degrees. Tonight the sun will set at 4:11 p.m. and it will rise again tomorrow at 7:03 a.m. It looks like we're in for a day of mostly rain and possibly a thunderstorm before noon, then a slight chance of rain between noon and 1 p.m. Some of the storms could produce heavy rain. Temperature falling to around 42 by 5 p.m. Breezy with a south wind around 24 miles per hour becoming west in the afternoon. Wind could gust as high as 40 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 100%. New precipitation amounts to 1 inch possible. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 28. Breezy with a west wind 17 to 22 miles per hour decreasing to 10 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Looking ahead, highs in the 40s, lows in the mid-20s. No more precipitation forecast as of now. The first high tide today will be at 9:30 a.m. with a low tide at 4 p.m. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 48 degrees for the water temperature. In the national weather, a cold front is bringing multiple hazards to the eastern U.S. Rain and high-elevation snow continue in the northwest. The front extending from the Great Lakes to the western Gulf Coast will slowly move off the eastern seaboard this morning. Isolated severe thunderstorms and heavy rain will develop over parts of the mid-Atlantic to the southeast and central Gulf Coast. Heavy rain, high-elevation snow, and gusty wind will impact the northeast. Heavy rain and high-elevation snow will continue in the northwest. And now a greeting from our sponsor. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in the divine experience of their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny sent you. In top news, Google's Gemini AI demo, presented as a hands-on interaction with their multi-model AI, has been revealed by Bloomberg to be a fake. The video showcasing Gemini's capabilities did not occur in real time, with Google admitting to the misrepresentation. While Google claims the video was meant to inspire developers, the lack of a clear disclosure in the video itself raises concerns about the company's transparency. The misrepresented demo undermines confidence in Gemini's actual capabilities, emphasizing the importance of accurate representation in AI advancements. I'm disappointed in you, Google. Now let's talk science. I found this very interesting, so I wanted to share it with you. I was watching a series on the History Channel called How the Earth Was Made. In this episode, they covered the formation of the Great Lakes. And it was fascinating. To start, did you know that Niagara Falls is the endpoint of the Great Lakes, where 44 million gallons of water every minute makes its way over the falls as it attempts its escape to the Atlantic Ocean? Also, did you know that 20% of all the salt purchased in the United States come from a massive storage of salt deposited under the lakes? That's crazy. I didn't know that. You may know that the lakes were filled from melted glaciers during the last ice age, but you might not realize that the enormous basin which the water sits in was gouged out by a mile-deep, moving ice sheet that acted like a razor blade cutting and scraping away miles and miles of earth at about 10 feet per year. Thousands of years ago, the Wisconsin Ice Age left the Great Lakes as a gift, forming a vast freshwater system spanning Lake Superior to Lake Ontario. The lakes, with about 35,000 islands, are the largest freshwater system on Earth. Shaped by glacial activity, their basins interconnect, forming a continuous drainage basin. Over millennia, the lake's drainage paths shifted, influenced by post-glacial land rebound. Today, the Great Lakes hold an estimated 20% of Earth's drinkable water, influencing weather patterns, supporting shipping, industry, and providing a critical water source for millions in the region. Fascinating. Yay, science. Shifting gears a bit to the stock market. Renowned Fed watcher Jim Grant, who accurately predicted the 2007 housing bubble, contends that a decade of near-zero interest rates has given rise to a significant debt problem in the U.S. economy. With sustained high interest rates ahead, he predicts repercussions in credit markets, especially for corporations burdened with elevated debt accumulated during the low interest rate period. Grant anticipates a generation-long era of rising interest rates, potentially resulting in stagflation and a surge in corporate defaults. Moving on to sports. Big news in MLB. Baseball phenom Shohei Ohtani, the historic two-way player, has signed a groundbreaking 10-year, $700 million contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers. This deal is the largest in baseball history, surpassing Mike Trout's $426.5 million extension in 2019. Ohtani, a unanimous MVP on multiple occasions, is known for excelling as both a pitcher and hitter. Despite a recent elbow injury, he's expected to resume two-way play by 2025. The Dodgers, already strong, have secured a major addition to their lineup, making them favorites for the World Series. Yowza. And last night, on Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys, playing at home, beat the Eagles 33-13. Philly is on a bit of a losing streak. In other scores, the 49ers, playing at home, beat the Seahawks 28-16. And the Chiefs at home lost to the Bills 20-17. Tonight, on Monday Night Football, we get two games. Both games, starting at 8:15 p.m. East Coast time, have the Dolphins at home against the Titans and the Giants at home against the Packers. In the NBA, the Lakers are your in-season tournament champions. Give them a cookie. No NBA games tonight. In national hockey, the Bees stung the Coyotes 5-3 on Saturday at the Garden. David Pastrnak had 2 goals and an assist. Their next game is Wednesday at the Devils. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a National Pilates studio in your area to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits, connecting Pilates to enhanced core strength, improved flexibility, and better posture. It's a well-supported avenue for physical and mental health in just a few dedicated sessions. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, be sure to tell them Sunny Mornings sent you by. And now back to the show. In local news, it's the 25th anniversary of the great Boston film, Good Will Hunting. This film catapulted Matt Damon and Ben Affleck to stardom and earned them Oscars for Best Original Screenplay. Minnie Driver, who received an Oscar nomination for her role, reflects on the extraordinary experience, noting that the movie, initially a small project, became a classic that has stood the test of time. Driver expresses gratitude for being part of a film that continues to be celebrated and cherished after 25 years, emphasizing its enduring beauty and strength. What a great flick! You like apples. That was a great transition to our entertainment news. Many have been asking for an explanation to the ending of the new movie Leave the World Behind. But I say, just skip watching the movie altogether. Believe me, your time is better spent doing or watching something else. There is no need for an explanation to the end of that movie, because there is no end to that movie. And if that is not enough to frustrate you, Julia Roberts playing an unlickable character is not something any of us ever wanted to see. So with that said, here are 3 other movies guaranteed to be a more enjoyable watch. The Confidential, an oldie but goodie, is streaming on Hulu and Netflix starring Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, James Cromwell, Danny DeVito, and Kim Basinger. You can also try the Reacher movies, 1 and 2. Tom Cruise never disappoints. Or if you're looking for something tame and classic, try the new Indiana Jones movie, now streaming on Disney+. It was great to see Harrison Ford back in the trusty fedora. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is upbeat and fun. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the thought of the day. From our old friend, Harrison Ford. Harrison says, "To me, success is choice and opportunity." And I agree. So go out there today and make good choices. The opportunities will present themselves. That's a wrap for this morning. Remember to stay tuned tomorrow for more news and updates. Have an amazing day, my good friends. Whether you're heading to work, an event, or just enjoying the day, stay safe and enjoy yourself to the fullest. We'll be back tomorrow with another Sunny Mornings podcast. Thanks for tuning in.